I'm here today with Jason Falloon, author of Constellation Planet, his debut novel. So Jason, who are you, what are you doing?
Well, I'm a fantasy and science fiction writer from North West London. I also write on a wide variety of other genres, but my forte is mainly in fantasy and science fiction. And I'm also a student at the University of Roehampton, doing a creative writing course. I'm going into my third year, so
Brilliant.
That's where I'm at right now.
So, tell me about Constellation Planet, because it is a hefty book.
Yeah, well, it's a story of two different dimensions, really, and it places these three protagonists right in the centre of them. These two dimensions, whilst they're not conflicting with each other in particular, they're very juxtaposed in their ideology. Mm-hmm. One, which is mankind's world, is very much a realist depiction of reality. It's very similar, very in parallel with our own existence, how we see the world. Whereas the Dreamiverse is very liberal, and it's very open, and it's very ethereal in that sense. So the characters, when they arrive there, it's very unfamiliar to them. It's quite an alien concept that they have to kind of grow into and understand, and bounce off each other in order to learn this world, this new way of living. Right. The Dreamiverse is a world conceived from purely their imagination. Right. Okay. It's the Dreamiverse.
So, what would be your inspiration for the Dreamiverse then, and where do you see it going?
As the series?
Yeah.
Well, initially this wasn't the starting point.
Right.
Now it is, because I feel like it offers a more rounded view of the story world, whereas initially there were other stories that focused in on very specific elements of mankind's world. Right. Whereas this introduces the Dreamiverse very, very starkly. Right. And I was able to explore both worlds and synchronously.
So, this book, Constellation Planet, where did it come from? Because you said it came from a dream, obviously, but is there anything more to it? Where else, what inspired you to write this book?
This book, whilst it appears to be centralised in the Dreamiverse and Constellation Planet, which is a world within the Dreamiverse, right, there's quite a strong political element and a social political element in the way these characters almost utilise this Dreamiverse as a way of understanding themselves. So I guess my main reason for focusing on in the Dreamiverse in this novel was so I could build on the way they saw the two dimensions and how it compares. Right. Yeah. So that was the main reason that I decided to start with this novel. I chose this as the starting point for this series.
Yeah. So, you mentioned a lot of political ideas, liberalism, and you mentioned it's got a lot of, political bearings. What kind of influences? Because, the world today has got a lot of politics going on. What would be your influences on this book?
Well, initially there wasn't a huge political influence. It was, in its rawest state, it was just a story of a dystopian future. But I guess over the years, the 7 years I've been writing it, there's been a lot of influence that's very related to the current political climate, right, with rights movements and many other things.
Yeah.
not too far around the corner, but
yeah.
I guess it is very poignant and relevant in that aspect.
Yeah.
That kind of came later as I was writing it. It's
so,
with it.
Yeah. So this book is, in a way, it's grown with you over time, and
definitely.
What's influenced you, I guess. So from that, I would, how many years did it take you then?
To write this particular novel?
Yeah, to write this one.
Because the initial conception for the series I had 13 years ago.
Oh my word.
This particular novel took 7 years to develop and redraft and edit.
Yeah.
I had to do it all myself.
Yeah, so, this book has taken you 7 years, and so, why do you think it's ready now? Do you think there's more to wait, more story to come in terms of, if you've seen there's a lot of political influences and stuff, so why is it ready now, I guess,
I mean, there's definitely more to come, because there's more I want to explore in mankind's world. But this particular novel, like I said, it does have a very current political element to it, so I guess now was the right time for it to finally come to fruition completely.
Yeah. So you mentioned, you did all this yourself, and I understand that you initially were thinking about going with an established publisher. Mm-hmm. So, but why did you do it to go it alone, so to speak?
Well, there quite a few reasons. I guess the main reason, in retrospect, is well, now that it's here.
Yeah, it's here.
I guess the main reason is because I had a lot more freedom in terms of the creative element, both the beginning, the
Right.
end, throughout the whole process. There was a lot more freedom I was entitled to going independently.
Yeah.
Whereas through a traditional publisher, I guess there are a lot more.
Yeah.
A lot more restraints.
A lot more restraints on you, right? So you know, it's here now. It's all ready. It's out in the shops. You know, what's your target for this now? What would be for you a success? I guess.
Someone to read it. Would you like it? I mean, I guess it's a very personal project for me, a very intimate project. So I guess I learned a lot as I was writing it. You know, it's my debut. So
Yeah.
you know, over the last 7 years, that's 13 years, I've been coming into my stride with my style, with my. There's just loads inside this novel that speaks volumes about me as a
Right.
writer.
Okay.
It's my first
So you know,
imprint.
there's a lot in this book, and you know, you talk about political themes, and you know, there's a lot of storylines and a lot of contrasts. What do you want the reader to take away in terms of the themes in this book, or the understandings that come out of it?
I mean, there are so many I could go into so much detail, but I guess if there was one main element that I'd like the reader to take away, it's this idea that the way we as individuals see the world is very restricted to our past
Right.
and tradition. And like I said before, it's a novel of two dimensions, that two contradicting ideologies, you know,
Yeah.
liberalism versus traditionalism,
Yeah.
conservatism, and it's it's this idea that sometimes, regardless of how much it's been driven into you,
Yeah.
the way you see the world, it's beneficial to understand from other people's aspects. So these characters are kind of kind of like microcosms in that sense of being able to see the world in a new light
Yeah.
and be and come out better because of it.
That's amazing. So you know, what comes next in the Dreamverse saga? When's the next book coming? Is there a next book?
Definitely.
You know, so
Soon, hopefully. I mean, I've already started the next in the series.
Are there any spoilers coming for us here?
Oh, well, it's not going to be anything like this one. It's going to be very centralised in mankind's world.
Right.
This one had to bring in the Dreamverse element in order to portray that juxtaposition in ideologies. But I like to focus on certain elements of mankind's world. So the next one is definitely going to be set in reality.
And what's next for Jason Falloon?
Hopefully, well, my main ambition is to become a screenwriter. I love screenwriting. I love dialogue and characters. So I'm currently working on my first proper series, which is a speculative period drama.
Right.
So hopefully coming to the conclusion of that soon.
Oh, well, hopefully we'll
how
see
that
you
turns
again. Yeah. So you know, where's this book available now?
At all major retailers. So you can find it on Amazon, Waterstones, WH Smith, Barnes & Noble in the States.
Yeah.
It's everywhere.
It's everywhere. Right. Brilliant. It's been a pleasure to have you here today.
It's been lovely having me. Thank you.
Thank you.